The first time it happened, the child was 5 years old. He stood in the doorway of his classroom, holding his mother's hand, heart pounding the way it always did on the first day of school. The room smelled like crayons and dust. Kids laughed. A teacher smiled. And then a voice spoke inside his head. "He looks scared. I hope he doesn't cry." The child froze. The teacher's lips never moved, but the thought was clear, gentle, real. He looked up at her, wide-eyed. She smiled again, unaware that her thoughts had just brushed against his mind like a whisper. That day it happened again and again. When a boy sat beside him, he heard, "I want to be his friend, but I don't know how to say it." When a girl laughed across the room, she heard, "I laugh so people don't notice I'm lonely." By the end of the day, the child understood something strange and terrifying. He could hear people's thoughts, but only once. The next day, when he saw the teacher again, there was nothing, no voice, no whisper, just silence. The power worked only the first time he met someone. At first, it felt like magic. He learned that smiles didn't always mean happiness, that anger often hid fear, that quiet people carried the loudest storms inside them. He stopped being afraid of strangers. After all, he already knew them. But then came the thoughts that hurt. A relative hugged him too tightly and thought, "I wish he were smarter." A neighbor patted his head and thought, "Poor child, he'll never be special." A friend smiled at him and thought, "I only talk to him because I feel sorry for him." The child didn't cry in front of them. He cried at night, alone, staring at the ceiling, replaying words no one knew they had said. As he grew older, he grew quieter. He learned the dangerous trick. If he didn't meet new people, he wouldn't hear new thoughts. So he avoided introductions, avoided eye contact, avoided hellos. Because some truths, once heard, could never be forgotten. Years passed. In high school, he was known as the quiet one, polite, distant, unreadable. Teachers thought he lacked confidence. Classmates thought he didn't care. But the truth was simpler. He cared too much. One day, a new student joined the class. She sat 2 rows ahead of him. When she turned around to introduce herself, their eyes met, and the voice came. "I hope he talks to me. He looks kind." The child, now almost grown, felt something crack open inside his chest. For the first time in years, the thought he heard didn't hurt. It warmed him. They became friends, slowly, carefully. He never told her about his gift. He was afraid of what he might hear if he met her for the first time, afraid that the magic would fade. Then, one afternoon, she asked him, "Why do you always keep people at a distance?" He hesitated, and for the first time, he answered honestly, "Because sometimes knowing the truth hurts more than not knowing." She looked at him for a long moment and said, "I think the truth can hurt, but it can also heal." That night, he realized something. His gift was never meant to protect him. It was meant to teach him empathy. Years later, as an adult, he walked through the world differently. He still heard first thoughts, still carried their weight, but now, instead of avoiding people, he used what he learned. He spoke kinder, listened deeper, judged less, because he knew what most never would. Everyone is fighting a battle they don't say out loud. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is act with kindness even when you don't know the truth, especially when you don't. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with someone who needs it, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.